Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, my lovelies, my beauties, my royalties. Oh, those Epstein files. Oh. The more I think about my dating life and the horror story, for me, dating apps are just an absolute horror story because I don't fit in anywhere within the dating atmosphere, expectations, and no connection. No, but okay, yeah, check out Patreon. I talk about it, I explain it on so many episodes. Evidence of dating nightmares, river racism, blah, blah, blah. Go check it out. The links are in the description and stuff. Yeah, okay. And let's grab that boiling hot, scorching petty tea. Today's going to be a little bitter. It's going to be a little bitter. Let's, a little lemon and stuff. But yeah, if you like it cold, hold the ice because the ice is a hot met. Yeah, I was gonna say hot men, but no. When you chase down a vehicle and then you end up eliminating, not just eliminating someone, but then eliminating the wrong person, and then the witnesses, they're threatening for them to self deport. But now, oh, Mexico petty. Thank you, Mexico. Thank you for what you're doing. If you don't know, check it out with a political YouTuber. Like, I talk about politics, but I don't, you know, I'm not as, I try to dig in deep and compare it to different, like, especially my dating life and, like, because, yeah, the men show themselves politically, but like when I heard about it, I was livid. I am livid. You're gonna eliminate somebody, innocent, but like you scare somebody. It's like they don't know how frightening that is. Unmarked cars following you and chasing you. Especially like 4th of July, we had like I think they said over 400 like white supremacists just on subways and walking around and everything. Like but then white people, Republicans keep saying they're not threatening, they're not like that. um, as a Christian woman, it's like, 'cause I know when CK passed away, like yeah, I I mean, no one deserves any of that. Did I like yeah? So I'm just gonna say my prayers go out to the family of this victim of this man. He was an innocent man. Didn't deserve any of that. Didn't deserve like no. But it's crazy because when you look at the Republican side, some of the things that I'm hearing them say, why did he run if he's not guilty, if he's not a criminal, if he's not. They found the humanity in CK so easily. And they justify the hatred and the evil things that he said so easily. But then they get mad at us that we're not just mourning and doing all like, yeah, he did not deserve. No, like who? If anybody says that, nah, Satan probably taking a little sip of tea with that. Like, no, no one deserves that, and no one deserves to be chased down in unmarked cars for any like no. But the Supreme Court or parts of the Supreme Court and parts of our society thinks as long as they're not white. And I'm going to be digging into that in so many different areas because especially once I like watching The View today, and well, I posted it in another episode. If I remember, I'll post it in this episode too. But Joy Behar brought up like the future president, because Republicans are hoping it is AOC because she's a woman and a person of color. Like, they know who a lot of people are not going to vote for. Jasmine Crockett, like when she lost, it's like everyone expected her. Oh no, okay, you didn't get the job, but you're on the other guy that we want to get the job. That's what black women, they always expect black women. I already told the story about when I didn't get a job, but during the interview, I did my research, and during the interview, I'm throwing out the ideas and things that I want to do. How come that boss called me asking me to tell the white man they hired? I had more experience. I had ideas. I had like yeah. People act like this is brand new. Black women, yeah, 92%. Oh, yeah, if you're part of the 92%, what's up, girls? But we know how America is. We know the racism. We know the hatred they have for us. So, but people want to ignore it. They want to ignore our history. They want to burn and ban it. They want you to be as poorly educated as possible, because the more poorly educated, the less empathy you have. The less empathy you have, the less compassion and understanding you have for people that are different than yourselves. And that reminds me of the Bible, or church. I mean, it shouldn't remind me of the Bible, but most of the people who read the Bible, they're not empathetic or compassionate, or, yeah, a lot of the verses in the Bible, they're not. Because even with the Bible, you know, with the homeless and with the needy, it's, yeah. I mentioned a little bit about it in one of the other episodes, but I will. It's on my to-do list. Yeah, I added it to my to-do list, like I said I would. I don't know what order these episodes are gonna go in, but I did add them. But yeah, we really. So okay, and this is related to religion. So yeah, I'm thinking about all of this stuff for a reason, because I know more and more why I'm single and why I am now going to stay single. This is a gray sheep society type of episode, and a church trauma, and a disability one, because I'm too disabled for the liberal Democrats, but I'm not Christian enough or religious enough for the Christian conservative Republican side. And a lot of the Christian conservative side would just tell me to pray about it, or to repent, or that I am possessed. Do you know how many people told me I must be possessed? Do you know how many people, like, oh, the amount of times people have tried to come up to me to lay hands on me? And, or they tell me that it's my fault because God would never make someone as pretty as me walk like this. But then you have atheists who, yeah, they don't believe any of that, but then a lot of them are users, though, that I'm noticing, because I pour my heart out and I tell my story and I say what's happened to me, and a lot of them just use it as arsenal. Like, oh, those are your weaknesses. Oh, that's your trauma. Thank you. So it's at a point where many people keep telling me, don't you stop dating, don't you give up. It's like, there's a man out there, there's a man, like, who? Oh, you just need to date other people with disabilities. And that's the funny part, because there was a deaf guy, a blind guy. Oh my God. Okay. With some of the guys on the spectrum. Oh, I've said most of the dates, but there was one where During COVID, we talked for months over the phone. He told me it did not matter. He told me it didn't matter how I walked and that I was smart and beautiful and kind and generous with input and things like just reminding him and all the stupid things I did for Mr. Spider. But then he picked me up. It was our first date, the first time he saw me. But I told him what my disability was too. So because since he's on the spectrum, I'm like, okay, however you need to prepare. It was one of the worst dates of my life because not only he was like, oh yeah, I don't feel like going to a drive-through, but then I find out no, he didn't think I was worth going to a drive-through. He didn't want to spend that money on me because he didn't think I was worth that. So then he drives me to Taco Bell, pick up food, and then takes me to his house. And then he leaves me on the couch. He leaves me on the couch while he was like, oh, I got to do something. He never came back other than his father, or I think he called his father. And his father came outside. And so then he runs out the door, not even telling me anything. And I'm just like, did this man just like. So then the movie, like, yeah, he lit the whole entire movie like a Martin Lawrence movie. I think it's like part two where the son dresses up as a woman. That one. I don't know the name of it. I didn't really pay attention to it because I'm disgusted by him. But then on the way, he's driving me back, and I say the whole story in another episode. But it's just, yeah, people tell me date other people with disabilities. The entire ride back, he's telling me, just stay at home, work for the, you don't need to work, get money from the government. Don't work, just stay at home. It's like, be by yourself. Yeah, the way you walk, yeah, don't. Just don't. So then I get home, I get to my room, and I'm crying. Then there's the blind guy. And he's telling me that I'm stupid for following politics and to just go along with what the leader says and that I have no voice or no power. So just deal with it. Then there's the deaf guy. Oh, if you're going to watch politics or care about politics, you're wasting my time. I need you to talk to me and pay attention to me. And if you do politics, that means you're going to think about other people. Like, what the? Okay. And then, oh, there's the other guy that was on the spectrum. Took me to dinner and almost fell because I'm about to sit down. He swings over last minute because at first he was like, "Oh, have a seat." I'm about to have a seat, but then he decides, "No, I want that chair," and so he knocks me off balance. I have to catch the bar thing to stay up, and so the the host keeps checking on me and he keeps looking at the guy because he was like homeboy and so there was a couple times where we looked at each other and he was just like, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, but then after the date, because he told me, I knew you wouldn't go out with me if I tell you this, but I've been in the insane asylum twice. And he just starts listing all of these horrifying things. And I'm not saying the insane asylum part is horrifying, but there's other stuff that was horrifying. There's other stuff that was horrifying. But then he's like, yeah, but now that you know this and you've already been on one date with me, it's like now you're going to go on another date with me. He's telling me, not asking me, because I'm like, no, listen, maybe we can just talk and text each other. And no, you're coming over to my house and we're watching a movie. And I'm going to show you. And yeah, he started saying, I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me. So yeah, when people tell me, go out with someone with like, even though I have a disability, does not mean I'm compatible with someone else with a disability. And so far, who it's been. Oh, yeah, and there was another guy who I think his leg is amputated, but he's a MAGA. He's an Orange Man supporter. And he told me that I think he was the one that said I'm dim-witted. But he called me stupid, dim-witted, something. Like, he called me quite a few different things, but there was one where I was just like, what? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. And, oh, well, but there's other Democrats that have said things that just make me know, like, okay, yeah, you're a bigot. Because I have 3 degrees, 3 certifications. I've worked my tush off. I love learning. I love education. And this one guy, he's like, we were talking and discussing, and I don't catfish anybody. I tell people on the first phone call that I have a disability. I don't like texting it because sometimes people call me the R word and I don't want to see that. I don't want to read that. Or they call me the CRIPPLE word. I don't want to see that. So, yeah. If it's on the phone call, I can just hang up on them and forget it. So that's one reason I took that I have a disability off my dating profiles to protect myself. But now I may need to, because after what Mr. Spider did, because he only dated me because he was desperate. I've said this so many times, but it disgusts me so much. Like, how can you be that desperate? He said other women just didn't talk to me, blah, 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 blah. Get over it. Go out. Like, it's like, because now it's the perfect time. It's summer. He loves bicycling. Yeah. The last email, like, after he already gave me hints of why. And there were a few situations during our dating where it's like he would always say, it's okay, it's okay. Like, your face is saying something different. And I even told him with my anthropology classes, body language, and things like he did do some cues that he was lying, but I would always ask him, and he lied right to my face. And because especially he always looked down whenever he said it's okay, he always looked down. But I guess now I'm showing him some of the. There were other cues too, so even if he tried to avoid that, and that's why I always try to make sure to show him that I'm very independent, but stairs are my nemesis because they are. I hate that, but they are, and a lot of places are not accessible. They're not. I hate it. I hate it more than anyone will ever know. But he used me, and a lot of guys just want to, like, because I talk. And that's one reason why after the breakup, I refuse. With some of these men, you pick the topic. No, you pick the topic. Oh, why do I have to pick the topic? Okay, I'm done. Like, because so many men have told me, "Oh, you have great conversations. We can talk for hours. I'm not used to this. I like, wow, blah blah. I'm done." But I've been doing the research, and I guess I've been doing so much research on it that I actually saw a commercial for this counseling thing about emotional intelligence, emotional, like, stability and things like that, and or in like emotional intimacy. And the commercial was just about that, and I was like, dang it. Okay. Okay. I guess I've read a lot about it to the point where they're like, okay, here's a commercial in case you want. Okay, no, not right now. Maybe next year. Not right now. But a lot of men do not have emotional intimacy. Like, now, it's like thinking about my dating life, men only said just enough. No more, no less. Just like, especially if I was about to break up with them, then okay, then love bombing, and then just enough to keep me around. And no, the garbage disposal, but that's part of life. Anyway, like, yeah, garbage disposal, perfect for the disposal of my dating life. Yes, yeah, so perfect timing. That's how but within the, I don't fit in with the Christian community, and my disability forces me to not be adequate or good enough for a majority of the population. Being a black woman, we are the least wanted and desired on all dating apps. Research, there is research that proves that. And then just politically, a lot of men do not like, they say, I'm not a lady. Do you know how many men have said I must be trans because I care about politics and I talk politics? And how many men have blocked me because I used to tell, like, oh, because there was like, first I was too nervous to talk about or mention my YouTube channel. And then I was like, you know what? No, I have a YouTube channel. I will mention it. Then they blocked me. So then I didn't. But then I did with Mr. Spider because he was so impressed that I taught college classes. And so, and when I said, oh, the sapiosexual and stuff like that, it's like, I trusted him. But now I don't trust any of these. So, yeah. So many men, like, they match with me. I'm like, why on earth did you, like, I'm looking at their profiles. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about it now. I can talk so much more about it because the last month and a half has been just horrible. But it's like, why did you match with me? Because you're beautiful. What? Are you kidding me? Okay, this is stupid. Like, what? Why else? And then why did you match with me? Because you're a Christian woman. And I want God fearing. Like, no. Mm. And so that's one reason why I'm like, yeah, maybe I just need to take my religion off. I think that, and then with Middle Eastern men, and I know some people are going to be like, oh, you don't like, I've dated a few Middle Eastern guys and they don't understand me, they don't get me. I'm not ladylike enough. I'm yeah, and then a lot of them, to be honest, a lot of them just want to use me. Some of them tell me, oh, I don't want to marry you. I just need someone until I'm ready to get married. Or I know black women are kinky and I want to get that out of my system before. And I did screenshot a couple new ones because especially Generation Z, like they have auntie or mommy problems. I don't know what's going on with them, but they do. But yeah, I am not trusting these men now at all. At all. And I'm not saying women are perfect. I know we are not. I've never been out with a woman, so I don't know about that at all. It's just crazy because being a black woman, I'm already at the bottom of desired women. Black men aren't at the bottom though. Like, okay, I'm gonna go back and look at it, but yeah, black men aren't at the bottom. That's the amusing part. But then, like with my Christianity, a lot of liberal and Democrat men, I think they're so scared that I'm going to try to lay hands on them or pray over them or convert them. I was traumatized. Nah, mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm not like, because yeah, there's a lot of like YouTubers back in the day. Now they're going into Christ and going to, like, no, no, I'm the opposite. I mean, I'm not, no, I'm not going to head, like, I'm not going to the devil or whatever, but I'm finding myself, I'm finding my identity, my uniqueness. I'm fully accepting being a gray sheep because, oh, I'm a disappointment to my parents. I'm going to be more of a disappointment. Yes, yes, I am. Because how I have wanted to dress is not going to be the Christian goody goody. No, I was raised that way and I was scared to dress outside of that because my mom would be like, "Oh, you're just trying to be a garden hoe. Oh, you're just trying to be this. You're trying to be fast. You're going to try to have a baby." And sometimes she's the one who bought me the clothes. But since I'm curvier, it's like next thing you know, I'm wearing it versus my sister wearing it. She's like, "Oh." And one time I would just put it on, and then my sister would say, "Oh, she just put on one of the birthday gifts." She'd calm me down. Nope, take that off. I'm returning it. Okay, dang. Oh, but it's like she didn't return my sister's outfit though. She got to keep it, but then I don't. But God made me the way. Yeah. Anyway. So now it's my time. I get to dress how I want to dress. If I disappoint, I disappoint. And at least this way, the conservative Christian men know, don't, no, I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl. I'm not your type, trust me. So, and this is why I need to do this so that I can do a makeover for my dating profiles. So that, and yes, my disability, most of the men are still not going to want anything to do with me. Because that's another thing. Like one guy told me, oh yeah, I didn't finish the story. How with my degrees and everything, the guy was like, so you have all these degrees, but you're not smart enough to drive. It's like, yeah, you're pretty stupid. I don't know how like he was just going in. I don't know how your professors allowed you to finish when you can't even drive. Even though I told him I drove for over 18 years, or about, no, yeah, but, well, either way, around 18 years or whatever. But then like I explained, and this is one reason why I will not do that again, because the things men have told me, they blame me. I was born like this, but they blame me. And then they call me stupid for something that's just like, okay, I'm in the process, and they don't even like, they don't know how excited I was when I graduated from driving class again. And it's like, especially after everything I like with the surgery and the hospitals and the tests and all the doctors I had to meet and everything, and the more tests, and then having to be like, oh, okay, now I gotta okay. The process, the government, and the disability programs, they have no idea, and they will never have an idea, and they will never have the empathy because they never listened. Because Mr. Spider, oh, he says, yeah, I listened to your episodes. He didn't listen. All he heard was the same story over and over, but he never listened. He never paid attention because he's not emotionally intimate. It's like he never got to that level, but he's never going, like, well, maybe now he will well, for an able bodied white atheist woman, he will. Yeah, I said that for a reason. I said that for, yeah. Go back to other episodes. Yeah. He used me. He didn't like anything about me. He was so desperate for a woman. He was and that's what hurts the most. I'm not worth your desperation. Don't use me because you're desperate. I'm a human being. People with disabilities are human beings. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.